This morning I sent a text message to my best friend Jamie and the president of my company, Tara. And I told them that I wasn't in the best place. I told them that I was exhausted, that I haven't given myself time to recover or time to heal. I had a intense year, a lot of material success, and a lot of emotional stress. It's very hard on me and my family. I take on more than I can chew. I overcommit. I say yes to things out of fear. I people please.
Even now,
absolutely.
Ari is the big boss, their agent, the CEO of William Morris Endeavor, the same company that last year fired Justin Baldoni after, in his lawsuit, it was alleged that Reynolds pressured the company to drop him. And just now, the head honcho at William Morris Endeavor is gloating about getting rid of Justin Baldoni. People work with them. They've never had any bad mojo out there or treated people badly. They're charitable. We help them with their foundation. They've given tons of money away. I fired him. She felt like she was not being protected. She complained, and then these people tried to go after her. They should stop. They're still trying to do it. They should stop. If what is alleged in her lawsuit, that what happened on social media is true, just because she complained to the studio that things were unhealthy on the set and that he was director and this man was the producer and they did to her what is being alleged, they're really bad people. But these two guys, Baldoni and his producing partner, Jamie Heath, used it in an evil way, if that's true. We just have to be cognizant that social media, can ruin people, and they should no longer be out there intimidating people using social media now and trying to hurt them and abusing what they had been doing prior to now to go against them. They should just stop, since they think they're innocent, and let the process play itself out.
Emanuel shared that he has known Lively and Reynolds for over a decade and called them really incredible people. They've never had any bad mojo out there or treated people badly, Emanuel said. Speaking of Lively and Reynolds, he said, these are good people who have been in the business for decades, have never had any bad press about them, and all the people they've worked with like them.
What a low IQ, shockingly amoral, garbage take. This is the most bad faith take I've heard yet in this case. Is this really the spokesperson and the brains behind a company of this magnitude? Is this really the level of professionalism with which this agency operates, speaking haphazardly and making decisions on a case from a place of admitted ignorance, blatant bias, and feelings of personal loyalty or disdain, or just him mentioning what other people think? The sheer number of logical fallacies contained in this single interview are mind-boggling. They're making my fucking eye twitch. Appeal to popularity. Ryan and Blake are innocent because everyone he knows and everyone they've worked with and even the media likes them. And these people, of course, can't possibly be wrong. Appeal to emotion. He's personally a ride or die. Basically, he knows the public can relate to strong feelings of personal loyalty, although in reality, these feelings are utterly irrelevant when determining whether or not sexual harassment or a smear campaign took place. Appeal to authority. He believes Blake and Ryan over Justin because he has worked with them for many years and they are the bigger stars and they have a bigger status in Hollywood. And for him, him, that's the totality of what would constitute a feasible argument on this matter. Appeal to ignorance, believing Justin is guilty without evidence simply because he is accused. Hasty generalization, believing Justin is guilty when only Blake's side of the argument was presented. And sans an investigation into her claims, or even simply hearing Justin's side of things. And we know there was no investigation because they fired him literally hours after the New York Times article came out. False dilemma, special pleading, circular reasoning, the list goes on and on. This guy is a fucking imbecile. I'm ride or die. What? Something tells me this doesn't exactly pass the legal threshold of fair business practices because it violates every conceivable protection against fraud, conflicts of interest, deceptive practices. Choosing Blake over Justin for the simple fact that he has known her a few years longer and that she and her husband are more influential, and because everyone likes them, is certifiable. This man is a lunatic, and these comments and his firing Justin for the reasons he has listed have to be a breach of the contract with Justin, right? It can even be seen as sexist discrimination against men to demonize them without proof just because they're male and you feel that it's the safer thing for you and your company to do in a post-Me Too society. That is gutless. Firing a man over unproven allegations long before he had the opportunity to defend himself and standing by that moronic decision by continuing to publicly vilify him with zero proof while also ignoring evidence of the extortion this evil sadistic couple subjected him to, including a video of Miss Shit-for-Brains explaining in painstaking detail how she habitually hijacks films, is madness. I hope Justin bankrupts every single last one of these pieces of shit. And they also were involved in helping to pressure Justin and Wayfair Studios to put out a statement written by Blake and Ryan. So that shows you how much they are aligned with Blake and Ryan and how much they were doing their bidding. So I don't believe for a second that WME was not pressured by Blake and Ryan to dump Justin. And it was also reported that Ryan Reynolds had called Justin a sexual predator to this agency at the premiere of Deadpool, I believe, or at the premiere of It Ends With Us. I can't remember which. So that is just disgusting language that in no way reflects anything that he was accused of. At best, what he was accused of are moments where he could have been a little more mindful or careful, but at the same time, he was entrapped in a lot of those situations. Calling him a sexual predator is completely out of line. And what makes WME's decision to side with Blake and Ryan so much more obvious and egregious is that one of their agents conveyed to Justin and his company, Wayfair Studios, that Ryan and Blake were known for bullying and threatening their way through Hollywood, and that no one ever successfully stands up to their threats. They also admitted that Blake's downfall was essentially self-inflicted, which everyone can see, and they did this when speaking to Justin behind the scenes. But for some reason, they still pushed for Justin and crew to capitulate to this evil, bullying couple and presented them with that laughable statement that Blake and Ryan prepared for Wayfarer and their team to publicly release. So it wasn't enough for Justin and crew to accept responsibility for Blake's own self-inflicted downfall. They were so sadistic, they wanted to pin the acknowledgement and the apology for Justin and made certain to use language that was as self-flagellating, demeaning, and emasculating as possible. This is so psychotic and evil. I cannot believe it. But beyond the WME debacle and their craven submission to a demented, power-tripping couple who had already extorted a man out of his hard-earned production with false sexual harassment allegations,